Thanks, Mr. Chairman. You know, I listened to you recite those problems that you encountered. Not a single one of them will be solved or addressed by slashing the VA workforce by 83,000 people. Putting those workers on the chopping block fails to address one single aspect of any of the problems that you have brought to this committee or that you encountered. Are you aware, Mr. Secretary, that the VA changed the way it calculates wait times in 2022?
The information I gave you was as of our current VA system.
The information you gave us is deceptive and misleading because the VA changed the way it calculates wait times in 2022. In addition, because it begins in 2021 at a time when a lot of VA patients were coming back to the VA after COVID in 2022. This information is fundamentally deceptive and misleading. I ask you to go back to the VA and correct it in a written submission to this committee. Mr. Chairman, I ask that we enter into the record an article that appeared in the New York Times entitled, "What Elon Musk Didn't Budget For, Firing Workers Costs Money Too." Are you aware, if there's no objection?
Without objection.
Are you aware of the costs that will result from firing those VA workers in compensation that has to be paid to them when they have been wrongfully terminated?
Well, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Ranking Member, if you look at that from a perspective, there's cost to moving forward. There's been some issues here. I think one of the biggest things.
You don't have a number for us, do you?
No, because we've less than
because you haven't calculated
less
what
than
it will
half of
cost
1%
to
of
fire
people we've
those
actually been fired.
workers and then reinstate them when the courts tell you, as they will, that they've been wrongfully terminated.
We're talking about less than 1/2 of 1%, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Ranking Member. You've thrown out numbers of thousands. This is exactly what I'm fighting against. When you use
may be a
numbers that
small
are
part
not
of your
true.
workforce, but they are the physicians.
No,
they are the
no,
surgeons.
Mr. Ranking Member, I will not let you do that. I will not let you sit here and scare my veterans and scare my employees because there's been no, you must have stuff that, again, you're looking at making a prediction in the future because no one has discussed firing doctors or firing nurses. We have always said that we're going to keep frontline health care. Now, if we want to continue this message that these are out there when you have no knowledge of what you've just said, except speculation.
Let's begin with
and
facts
innuendo.
right now.
That is facts.
Will you submit to us, which you have failed to do, specific positions where workers have been fired already?
At this point in time,
yes or no?
we've submitted to that. You also said something that I need to address real quickly. We have
Well, wait a second. Please answer my question. Will you give us the information?
We have given you the information
We've requested it
that is
again and
required.
again and again. What positions have you terminated, and what's your plan for terminating in the future?
Okay. First off, we will get you the information that you are. Our staff will check back with the plans for the future. This is an interesting thing. You would like I think what we're trying to do here is we're going through a process, which I talked about in my opening statement, that deals with career employees, that deals with professional staff, and others outside consultants to see what is the proper size for our VA.
You know, you're running out the clock. I know what the tactic is.
Let me
we
answer.
both know, because you served in the United States Congress too. You can fill the air with words.
You
but
can as
what
well, sir.
veterans deserve is action and accountability. We've asked for this information repeatedly. You've said you are firing 83,000 people. If you fire the people who have been hired in the last 5 years, you will be firing physicians, nurses, surgeons, counselors, workers who are front line. You cannot slash and trash the VA without eliminating those essential positions which provide access and availability of health care. It simply cannot be done. And you may give us a lot of verbiage here, but you're not giving us facts, and facts are essential to accountability. That's why you're supposed to be here, but you're not giving us the facts that we need. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
With all due respect, can I answer his question?
You may answer.
Thank you. With all due respect, there's verbiage being said from the dais as well. And dais that I would like to say, as I have said already in this hearing, that there is a goal of looking at a 15% reduction. You have stated on several occasions already that I'm saying we're going to fire 83,000 employees. That is wrong. I would appreciate that being corrected, because that's not true. I said we're looking at a goal of how many employees we have and how many employees that are actually working in the front line taking care. I have doctors and nurses right now that do not see patients. Is that helping veteran health care?
Yes, it does.
No, it does
does.
not. Not when I need those doctors. Not when I need those doctors in a clinic.
A doctor who consults, a doctor who advises, a doctor who looks at radiology reports, a doctor
you're missing the
who
point.
is overseeing and assuring quality, absolutely yes.
Senator Tuberville.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Secretary Collins, for being here, and thanks to the veterans that are here today.